beautiful souls, welcome to tonight's reading. I felt really called to do a reading for the new moon since tonight is the new moon. And the new moon is all about setting new intentions and new goals and new beginnings and just all of these wonderful new starts. It's like a fresh, clean slate with the new moon. So I really wanted to do a reading for that to help you figure out what you need to set your intentions on for the new moon, for this month, for this cycle, what you need to be focusing on, some intentions you can set. It is the new moon in Libra, and I felt very called to use very light, more airy decks. Even though it is the darker time of the year, I really wanted to use very light, airy kind of decks, and Libra is an air sign, and I'm an air sign, and it just felt good to use really light and airy decks. So yeah, before we get started, I'm just gonna cleanse the area with some incense. And while I'm doing this, I want you to just kind of take a deep breath and focus on the pile that calls to you most. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And whichever one you're kind of initially drawn to is usually the right answer. And there's no wrong answers. But usually if you just go with your first gut intuition, you're usually right on the money. So I'm just cleansing the cards, getting some ash everywhere like always. And this is a collective reading, so if you don't initially resonate with the pile that you pick, that's okay. You can watch the rest of the video. You can let your mind intuitively pick out what you need to hear at this time. So we are just gonna get started. I'm gonna get into pile number 1 here, and I will leave the timestamps down in the description box. If you want to skip to your card pile, there will be timestamps down below. Hello, group number 1. If you picked this pile, then this reading is for you. I have this beautiful opalite crystal here. Even though opalite is like a man-made stone, I think it's very beautiful, and it reminds me of the moon. So that's why I picked that. So I have 3 different cards here. I have this one from the Moonology deck, and it's all about the moon energy, and so I want that one kind of in the middle for our like main focus. And then I have 2 other cards here on the ends. This is our tarot card, and this is another clarifying oracle. So we're just gonna go through them and we will see. So we have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? It is literally the new moon in Libra right now. So, a new romantic cycle begins. And then we have the Hermit. Okay. And we have concentration. Wow. Okay, so this is such a beautiful spread. So the card, the main focus, the middle card is new moon in Libra, which is so lucky because it's literally the new moon in Libra that I'm pulling this. So first off, I just want to say that this is very lucky, a lucky sign to pull this card while it is the new moon in Libra. So right off the bat, that's like a great start. And this card says a new romantic cycle begins. So for this month, for this new moon cycle, that will be kind of your focus, is a new romantic cycle begins. Now this can mean several things. If you're already in a relationship, this could mean that there's a new cycle coming in your relationship, a new era of your relationship. It's going to take a turn. It's going to become a new season of your romance or your love life. And that's a good thing. It's good to not kind of stay in the same sort of pattern all the time. So this is good that it's a new cycle. If you are currently not in a romantic relationship, I am taking this as, yes, you could be in the start of a new relationship, but I feel like it's more talking about just the way that relationships are going to be going for you in the near future. Because right over here we have the Hermit card. So I personally love the Hermit card, and this, it really represents taking time for yourself. And in this case, solitude is different than loneliness. So I really want you to take time for yourself, and this is a good thing. Being comfortable with being alone with yourself is really important. And so this new moon time, where the moon is in the dark, you can't see it, it's time for you to step back and really focus on your inner self. Find some solitude and peace and quiet to be by yourself. And while we do have this "a new romantic cycle begins" card, I take this as, even if you're going to be having this new romantic cycle, you got to do the work on yourself to have this new cycle begin. And over here we have the concentration card. So it'll be very important for you to concentrate on yourself and what you really want. And that's what I feel like overall. If you're not in a relationship, I feel like it's time for you to concentrate on yourself. Think about what you want in this solitude time, in this time that you're taking for yourself. And that's what's going to cause this new romantic cycle to begin. Because once you really focus on what you want and realize what you want, and you're not going to be putting up with maybe a lot of BS that you've put up with in the past. So that's why the new romantic cycle is going to begin, because you're taking time for yourself. And when you are looking for romance and you're ready for that, it's going to go differently than it has in the past, because you're taking time for yourself, concentrating on what you want, learning to like to be alone. It's okay to be alone and to like it. And you have to like your own company before you can expect somebody else to like your company, And I don't necessarily believe in the thought that you have to love yourself completely to love somebody else. I don't think that that's entirely true. But it is important to care about yourself and think about your needs before giving that to somebody else and giving your energy to someone else when you need to give energy to yourself. So while taking this time for yourself, concentrating, thinking, contemplating, that's how this new cycle is going to begin. And I don't just think it's for this month. I think it's for from now on. Setting this intention right now, this month, this new moon, will help turn things around for the good, and from now on, so you don't have to be stuck in this cycle that you've been in the past with love and relationships. And if you are in a relationship, it's okay to take time away from your partner. And maybe that's what this is signifying. If you are in a committed relationship and maybe things haven't been going as well, it's time for you to take a step back. It's okay for you guys to have quiet time and separate time. If you don't have separate rooms in the house that you can go to, set some time aside for yourself to go out and do something. Yes, it can be with friends, but I think with the Hermit card, this is really about taking time for yourself. Finding a quiet place where you can be alone, maybe out in nature where you can read a book or just sit and think or sit and journal and really concentrate on where you want your relationship to go and things that you want to change and all of that. So I think that this new moon time for you is really about setting new intentions with your relationships, taking time for yourself, self-care, all of that. Of thinking, concentrating on what you want, concentrating on what you believe and what you really need in your relationship that maybe you're not getting, or that you need in a relationship coming up that you're not getting. So I think this time is all about, yes, love, but I think it's about doing work on yourself to be able to have this new romantic cycle. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading, group number 1. If you resonated with it, please comment down below. I would love to hear. But with that being said, I'm going to move on to group number 2 now. Hello, group number 2. This is your reading, and I have this wonderful moonstone here as your crystal that you picked. Beautiful. Look at the sheen. I absolutely love it. Pretty. Okay, so I've picked 3 different cards for you today, and this is the Moonology deck card, and this is going to be the main focus of the reading. So I'm going to have that in the middle, and then I have a tarot card here and another oracle card as clarifiers, but this middle card is going to be the main focus. So we're just going to go over the cards, and then we'll talk about how they relate and all of that. So the moon card that you got is your commitment is being tested, and it's the first quarter moon. And the tarot card you got is the Magician. Love to see that. And secrets. All right. All right, so let's talk about this one first. So your commitment is being tested. So this is indicating to me that there's something in your life that maybe you haven't fully devoted yourself to, and it could be that you're just afraid that it won't turn out the way that you want it to, but you're kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of a thing. So that's why this card is coming up. Your commitment is being tested. Do you really want this? And if you do, then you need to go head first. So I love that the Magician card came up with this reading. So the Magician card is all about having the tools to do whatever you want in this life, basically. On the table here, she has all of these wonderful tools to be able to create the life that she wants. She is a magical being. You are a magical being, and you have everything in this life that you need to be able to manifest your dreams and your desires. And so this right here, this card is it's a big indicator that it's time for you to go all in. It's time for you to take the leap. You have all of the tools that you need. You don't need to be timid and scared of what's to come, because you have the power inside to be able to manifest your desires. Okay? You can do this thing that you've been thinking about, you've been wanting to do, and you're like, well, should I? I don't know, kind of going back and forth. This is telling you, absolutely not. Stop doing that. It's time for you to go full force into it. This is like a giant yes card if you've been asking yes or no questions. This is a huge yes. It's time for you to go all in, and to really show your commitment into whatever it is that you've been wanting to do. And this is the perfect time to do that during the new moon. Setting new intentions to the universe of what you want to do. So I implore you, if this is the case for you and you've been going back and forth about doing something, should I not? This is the time to really commit yourself to it. And that could be just speaking it out loud that, yes, I'm going to do this. You could, if you're into witchcraft or whatever, you could do a ritual, kind of dedicating yourself to this new path that you're going to commit yourself to. Something a little simpler, if you don't want to do all that, just write it down. Write it down in a journal. Your intentions for the new moon, you can write that down. My intentions for the new moon are to do this and to go all in, and no more going back and forth. And setting down your intentions and putting them out into the world, it's so powerful. It really is. Now we're going to talk about the secrets card, because I'm sure you've been wondering why that's there. So to me, this is very much kind of like keeping secrets from yourself. That's what I'm getting here. Like, not not fully letting yourself feel all of this power that you have within you, kind of like holding that back. And I also see this as there's so many things that you can discover about yourself, secrets that you can uncover through this journey, things that you didn't even know. When we are being tested by life, we learn things about ourselves. There are things that can come up and we can really surprise ourselves. And so that's why I feel like the secrets card is coming up, because there's so many secrets and things you don't know about yourself yet. And you're going to be unlocking them. You're being tested, and all of your superpowers and abilities will come out. So I think this is a beautiful time to really manifest what you want. And like I said, this is a sign for you to go all in, okay? No more going back and forth. No more of this if, ands, and buts, all of that. You have the power to do it, okay? And on this journey, we'll unlock secrets you didn't even know about yourself. Could be good and bad, but that's okay. Any kind of self-growth, self-improvement is unlocking these deep, dark parts of ourselves, and also these shining, beautiful parts of ourselves that are hidden away. So, again, your commitment is being tested. So it's time for you to go all in with all of these tools that you already have available to you. And you will unlock so many things about yourself. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please comment down below. I love to hear feedback. But with that being said, I'm going to move on to group number 3 now. Hello, group number 3. If you picked this pile, then this reading is for you. The crystal I have here is a beautiful rose quartz moon. And I couldn't do a new moon reading without some kind of moon crystal in there. I did have a moonstone for the last group. So yeah, I picked out 3 cards for you. So we have this Moonology Oracle card is going to be the main focus of the reading. So this is what we're going to be focusing on. And then I have a tarot card here and another Oracle clarifying card. So we're just going to get into it. Conclusions are within reach for the full moon eclipse. So that's the main focus card. And then we have the beautiful Ace of Wands. And harmony. Wonderful. Wow, okay. I love this. So, main focus card. Conclusions are within reach. So this is very much a card of things are going to be coming to an end, but I'm getting the feeling that it's bad things. So if you look at the image here, it's like dark woods, and you're in the trees and you're looking through and you see the moon through the trees, kind of like through the cracks of the trees. And so I feel like you've been having this really dark time in your life. Okay, so just going through a lot of darkness. Okay, and the conclusion of that darkness is coming. It's right there. You can see the moon through the trees, and you can see the light. Okay, so light's coming up. Conclusions are within reach of this bad time in your life. Okay, and then we have the beautiful Ace of Wands card. So when things end, new things begin. And the Ace of Wands is all about creating something new and exciting, and it's time for you to reinvent. Come out of the dark woods. Okay, and you have this beautiful wand with all of these green leaves around it. Okay, so you have this beautiful opportunity to create something new, create a new life for yourself, and there's new and exciting things coming. Okay, so the conclusion of this bad time is here, and the Ace of Wands is just a beautiful new start. If you've been asking a question about something, this is yes, an absolute yes card. The bad times are ending, and that's what I'm taking this as a major yes, things are going to get better. And I love it. It's so beautiful. The new moon is all about new starts. Okay, so we're in this new moon time, and even though the new moon is like this dark time where the sky is literally dark because the moon is hidden, it's like a clean slate. Everything's new. You can start over. You can put the darkness behind you. And I just think it's so beautiful. And then we have the Harmony card over here. And I'm taking this as it's okay to give yourself grace. And by that I mean, when we have these dark times, it's okay if we can't move past them right away, you know? We have these new starts coming over here, right? But we also have this darkness in our recent past. So even though there's so many new things beginning, doesn't mean that we need to forget about this dark time. And sometimes we can be dealing with both, right? This bad time has ended, yes, but we still deal with it. In our mind and our soul, we can still feel the energy of it, right? And even if we have this new fresh energy in our current life, doesn't mean we need to completely let go of the darkness right away. It takes time. It takes time to get out of that bad time. And that's where the Harmony card comes in, because you can have a harmonious life and things can all work together, even if you live with the darkness and the light at the same time. Even though you're dealing with the storm and you have all these new things coming, but you can't quite let go of this yet. That's okay. You can still live in harmony. And I love that it's a full moon eclipse, okay? So it's all kind of coming together, right? So when the sun and the moon pass in front of each other, right? You have the sun and the moon. So darkness and light working together to cause the eclipse. And you have the darkness and the light harmony working together to create a stronger, better person. Okay? I think it's very important for you to realize that even though these dark times are coming to an end, coming to the conclusion, and we have this new beautiful energy over here, that those energies can work together sometimes. And there's a reason. There's a reason that you went through this. And there's a reason that this good time is coming. And they're working together in harmony for you to help create the person that you are becoming today. And I think it's really beautiful. I love it. So I'm so very sorry about what you've been going through. I myself, I'm in this dark patch right now. But new, better days are coming. They really are. This is the season for you to have the goodness out of life and to be happy again and to live in harmony, feel balanced. Harmony is also about balance. So feeling balanced in your life, not feeling like it's either all bad or all good. Okay, it's important for you to find the balance of just the cycle of life, you know? Things are going to balance out for you. Things are going to go back to kind of like a normal cycle. Everybody goes through dark times and good times, but some of us will have really, really dark times for longer than normal. So everything's going to balance out for you. Yes, you are still going to have bad times in your life. Everybody does. But it's going to even out. And you won't be in this constant dark place. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear feedback. But with that, I am done with the final reading of the night. All right, guys, so that concludes my new moon reading for tonight. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below what you thought. I love to hear the feedback. If you want a personal reading with me, my Etsy shop's down below, and I have a few Halloween themed readings up on there. Or you can reach out to me and I can use a different deck or a different type of reading. If you're not into that, I can do whatever you want. Just let me know. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a magical new moon tonight. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Goodbye.